The tomatoes are ripening in the field and Farmer Reuben is nowhere to be found. So let me show you what's going on here at Willow Haven Farm. I'll give you a quick tour and an update of what Farmer Reuben is doing. Right now, the farm kids are in the field picking vegetables and taking care of the plants. And I found some ripening tomatoes here. They can see that they're still a little yellow on top, so they're not quite ready, and just kind of orangey on the bottom. You can also see that this one has a spot, so that's a calcium deficiency, and it also has a crack. We had a huge downpour yesterday. That's good for these plants, and they've been loving the heat. And one of the things that we have is great draining soil, so we don't have soil that keeps the water here and captures it and makes the plants rot and die. So, but what are the things that we're doing here that help the plants keep them disease-free for as long as possible, because we're doing this organically, is to give them supporting strings here and stakes to hold those strings all the way down, to keep the plants growing upright and off the ground and out of this pathway. You can see that we've mowed down all the weeds, so we have greenery in between the paths. As an organic farmer, we never want to have bare soil because there's erosion, and we're not feeding the soil next to the plants if we have bare soil. So even though that this is crabgrass and clover and different things in between the plants, it's nourishing the biome of the soil, the ecosystem underneath the ground, so that this soil stays fertile. Now here we have pepper plants, and you can see that we are getting little baby peppers here. These are some of the hot ones, and because of the heat and the rain, we also have some of the peppers have rotten spots on them. So in order to keep the plants healthy, the girls are going through these rows of peppers, and they're picking off the rotten ones and throwing them to decompose in the pads, and to allow the rest of those peppers to ripen in a healthy way. So I asked them, what are you guys picking? And they said nothing, but it looked like they were picking. So here we go. And these are all wet from this rainstorm that we had last night. We got a great downpour, but you can also see these spotty ones. And I am going to, when I'm done with this video, I'm going to pick up some of the kind of less spotty peppers, because I've got a pepper and onion dish that I'm going to be making for supper tonight. It's actually based with liver, which is a highly nutritious animal product that, traditionally has been in people's diets. It's been a prized food for centuries, thousands of years. You can read in Roman times about the liver being a prized food of animals, and it determined where they even built their cities, because if the livers of the wildlife around in that place was healthy, they knew that the ecosystem, the soil, and all the vegetation was in balance and healthy, and that's where they would build their cities, by first examining the insides of the wild animals that were living there, which I think is really cool. Here we have some places where we didn't finish planting. You can see that this pepper row ended, and we have, where did those leeks go? I passed them. We were picking leeks up there for our market boxes this week. And down here we've got a younger planting of leeks, so these will be ready closer to the fall. And we've got our eggplant, and these eggplant and peppers and tomatoes, we have just enough warmth in our seasons here in Pennsylvania to grow what are tropical plants. So these kinds of plants can grow year-round, tomatoes, peppers, and eggplant, but here in the north we only grow them for an annual season. And they love the heat. They won't ripen if there's not enough heat. So Blaze, as he's going around, I saw him weeding some of the bigger weeds as he goes along, and he's only picking the eggplant that are the right size, you know, and these ones are gonna size up and get picked for next week. And that's the tour of this field. So, but I don't want you to forget that even with these wonderful flavors of the summer vegetables, the tomatoes, the eggplant, and the peppers that you can use in so many different ways, don't forget your greens, because your greens are the powerhouses of your nutrition. There's so many great ways that you can prepare them. You can hide them in other foods. You can puree them. You can make green cubes out of them. You can make soups out of them. You can make pesto to add to your sheet bakes with your tomatoes and your eggplant and your peppers and your onions. And but greens are really the powerhouse. So please, if you're just finding us and you don't have the download that I've prepared, 5 easy veggies, you can find the link in the description below this video, and I'm just going to give it to you. It's willowhavenfarmpa.com/5veggies, and you can spell that either with a number or with F-I-V-E, 5 veggies, VEGGIES, and get those very simple ways of preparing spring and fall greens and the summer greens, which are romaine lettuce and Swiss chard, and you'll be able to fit those into your diet, which is what I want for you. I want you to be able to get the freshest local organic food and to know how to put it in your diet and to feed your family nutritious food and to live a sustainable life, because you know you're getting the nutrition that your bodies need, and you don't have to ask questions, but you know who to ask if you do about how your food is raised. We're the farmers here at Willow Haven Farm. We want to help you be healthy, eat different, and to live a sustainable life. So please join us on this local food adventure and eat different. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.